Paul. Yes. I circled this one. Yes. Access to witnesses. It is misconduct for a prosecutor to instruct a witness not to speak to defense counsel or to defense investigator, or to instruct a witness not to grant the defense an interview unless the prosecutor is present. Oh, misconduct on the part of prosecutors. This rule applies equally to the defense, except with regards to access to the defendant. Oh, however, a prosecution or defense lawyer may inform witnesses that they may choose whether to provide an interview and that they have a right to determine who shall be present at such an interview. Oh, State versus Hopster? Yes. Now, I know I was interviewed by law enforcement. Yes, Officer Rick Larson, pooch. But it says prosecutors, prosecuting attorney, investigators, right, or pooch. Applies equally to defense attorneys. Yes. Now, is it really an interview when you arrest somebody for the allegation of the probable cause crime of violating the protection order in Sequim, Washington? Yes. Or is the police department acting like prosecuting attorneys and defense attorneys? Huge! Now, I know you didn't want to say you were questioning me. But I wondered why it was you wanted to interview me. Now, can the police department be the actual prosecuting attorney or defense attorney? No, they can't. Can they be a prosecuting investigator or a defense investigator? No. Now, when an officer says interview instead of question, aren't they taking on the role of somebody else in the judiciary? Now, it says interview, right. You arrested me on January 4th, yes, for the probable cause, that I was in Sequim, Washington on December 31st. Yes. Officer Rick Larson shows up about, 8-10 hours later. It was about 8 p.m. at night. Yes. He says, Paul, I'd like to interview you about this crime to see whether or not you committed it. I thought he wanted to question me. Pow, pow, pow. Those Miranda rights? Yes. That I have a right to an attorney at any time during questioning? Yes. Now, when you use a word that is really designed for the prosecuting attorneys or the defense counsel? Yes. Or their employees, yeah. Aren't they really violating the Miranda rights when they say it's an interview versus a questioning? Yes! Now, let's say you read me my rights. Isn't that right, Officer Balderson? Yes. And you say, well, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you can't afford one will be provided to you during questioning. Yes. And I'm like, well, you're going to interview me. Pooh! Well, that's not the same as questioning. Isn't that right, Officer Larson? It looks like the interview, yes, of the witness, the accused, because I, as a defendant, could be a witness on my behalf. Yes, you could. Anytime you use wording other than the actual wording of the Miranda rights, it is considered a violation of my Miranda rights to be interviewed? Yes. I think that police and sheriffs and those in law enforcement are obligated to inform the individual that did have their Miranda rights read to them, Officer Balderson. Yes, he does. That it's actually questioning! Now, I'm going to want to sue the Sequim Police Department, yes, for interviewing me instead of questioning me. Pooch. And then when I told Officer Larson that I want an attorney present during the interview, yes, but it wasn't an interview, it was questioning. Anytime police departments use any language outside of the Miranda motherfucking rights, they are actually guilty of violating those Miranda rights. Pooch. Now, I told you that I'm one of my sons today, you motherfuckers.